right, guys, welcome back to season 3, episode 17 of the Browns Place podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Ryan.
All right, let's get right into it. NFL.
Yeah, NFL.
A lot, right? Or some?
Is there?
Was there? Wasn't there any? I thought there was something big NFL wise.
I mean, last time we talked, Myles Garrett got traded.
Maybe that's what it was.
Which was depressing. But I don't think there's been really anything else. There's been murmurs of trades happening and other things happening, but nothing's really happened yet. They started their camp, so.
Jeez, I thought there was something big in NFL that we had to talk about, but I'm not seeing it either. All right, screw it. Hockey. What about hockey? Last time we talked about, I think Game 7 was going or Game 6 was going.
Yeah, I don't think it was finished yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
We always skip hockey. Let's get hockey out of the way first and talk about it. So, because I think we said, we saw either team could win. I thought maybe Vegas would win.
Yeah,
but
that's what I thought too.
Yeah.
But it ended up being the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So it was a good series. It was a lot of fun. I thought it was going to go 7-2. It only went 6, right?
Yeah, it only went 6. And then I just had something on that too. I saw something on hockey real quick. Oh, where I just had it. Crap. Oh, NHL says 2026 playoff most watched on record in the U.S.
There you go.
There you go. Average of 1.8 million viewers.
Yeah.
And that was from the previous record of 1.56 in 1996.
Yeah.
Up 68% over last year. So it looks like there's more hockey fans. So
it was pretty fun. And they had their draft too. So
they did have their draft. What is it? Like the Sharks sign a 7-footer?
Yeah.
Some guy that's like 7 something? It's like
defender. Yeah.
Good God. I didn't even know they even played hockey.
I guess they do, dude. I don't know. But
it has a 7-footer play hockey, not basketball. I don't know. How does that work?
Probably go to you would think you'd go to the money, but
he's 7-footer. I
think he's supposed to be pretty good. He's supposed to be really good too. So
yeah, people are excited about it. So
both of everyone that they drafted, everyone's excited about the Sharks. So yeah, should be good.
7-footer playing hockey. Jesus Christ. Okay. So yeah, next year, I guess. So October.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get into the big news. The big NBA.
NBA, a lot going on.
Let's dig into some NBA action because this is going to take a while. Where do you want to start?
Ton of free agency stuff, trades. Giannis has officially been traded.
Miami. You want to start with Giannis? Yeah. Giannis and Bobby Portis Jr.
Yeah, traded to the Miami Heat for basically the entire Miami Heat team.
Yeah, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasperius Jakukonis. I'm going to butcher that. And then 3 first-round picks, including number 13.
And Tyler Hero.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but him and Bam,
Yeah, I don't know who's playing point guard on that team really, but who cares? Miami got it done. They won that trade, I think, by a mile. Because I don't think you got rid of anybody you're hurting, apart from maybe Khalil Ware. He's supposed to be really good, but
I think he needed to mix it up in Miami because they were just like borderline playoffs, just
pretty
so
mediocre team.
Yeah, I think you needed something bigger and better than what you had.
I agree.
So, what about was this one Julius Randle to the Nets?
Yeah, Julius Randle gets traded out of Minnesota, goes to the Nets. So the Minnesota experiment is over. Tough to be Julius Randle, man. You get You got traded out of New York to go to Minnesota. Didn't work in New York. Didn't work in Minnesota. Now you get traded to the Nets, and
Back to New York.
That's definitely not going to work. So,
ask Michael Porter Jr. about that.
Yeah, so, nobody wants to be on the Nets. So,
ask KD.
So
was it KD on? Yeah, KD was on there, right?
Yeah, when they were good. Yeah,
him and
James Harden and Kyrie. That's when they were good. But yeah, Julius Randle's back to the Nets, or is on the Nets now, so he gets traded to Minnesota. Minnesota makes another big trade, gets LaMelo Ball.
LaMelo, what do you think about that one?
I mean, it should be a fun backcourt. I don't think it's a winning backcourt, but I think it's a fun backcourt for sure.
So did Minnesota get better or worse?
I think Minnesota got better. I've never been a big Julius Randle. He's a former Laker too. Never been a big Julius Randle believer. I just don't think he's a winning guy where like he can win you games. Not necessarily think LaMelo Ball can do that too, but I think LaMelo Ball has
a higher
better array of things that he can do. Yeah. But we'll see.
So I mean, that was LaMelo Ball and Josh Green, Minnesota Timberwolves for Naz Reid, 2033 unprotected first round pick. 2033. 3 first round swaps, 28, 29, and 30. 3 second round picks, 29, 32, and 33. So I mean, way in the future. So I mean,
yeah, but I mean, it's still assets and stuff like that. They got rid of Naz Reid, which hurts. Naz Reid's a great player. I am kind of concerned about their size. Apart from Rudy, they don't really have anybody big. So you probably have to worry about that. But apart from that, I mean, they'll be fine.
So with LaMelo going, you see that his dad said on YouTube or Instagram or whatever he was on with like Neon, I think it was, or something. He was doing something. Said, put all 3 Ball brothers together, and he guarantees a championship. Guarantees a championship if they add LiAngelo and LaMelo and Lonzo.
He's been saying that for the last 15 years. So
yeah, so I don't know about that. Grizzlies, Ja Morant. Finally, someone took Ja Morant, right?
Finally traded Ja Morant. I think it was good for both sides. Ja Morant needed to get out of Memphis. Portland, honestly, not bad. That could be a really tough team. They were not bad last year, even with the distractions going on over there.
Yeah, I mean, you lose your coach, the first week or whatever it was?
Yeah, something like that.
Early on, so...
Yeah, and they're young, and they were still tough, and now they have Ja Morant, and if he can stay healthy and out of trouble...
Well, that's the thing. I mean, he's so labeled right now. I mean, can he stay out of trouble?
Yeah, and can he stay on the court? But if he can, he's an all-star. We know how good Ja Morant is, so we'll see.
What about Porzingis agrees to a 2-year deal with the Warriors, $40 million?
Dude, I mean, don't get me started on the Warriors. I have no idea what they're doing, where they're going. Don't get it.
Well, I know where they're going, but it's not going to get them any younger on what they're thinking.
Yeah, I don't even think they're going to get that, though.
Yeah.
And even if you do get that, what is that? That's going to get you over the hurdle? I doubt it.
Maybe this year. Then what are you doing about next year? I mean,
I don't think it gets you over the hurdle this year. You still don't have anybody big. You don't have anybody young. You get
AD. They're talking about getting AD and
no. Washington said
LeBron.
No. Washington said they're not trading him. So I don't know. Yeah, Warriors are a mess.
Draymond restructured his contract so they could sign. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they do it?
They haven't signed anybody.
What about Raptors? Well, my only thing. Well, maybe I'll talk about that later. Okay, Raptors. Well, what about LeBron? Speaking of LeBron.
LeBron said he's not coming back to LA. He's got like a list of teams, I guess, that he wants to go to, all contending teams, which doesn't really make sense because I don't know what LA is. Finished 4th in the West, won 50-plus games 2 years straight, and we only lost to the Thunder, without our two best players. So I don't know what that means, but
yeah, but he was one. I mean, could you give him the full max?
But he doesn't want. He said he'll take a minimum. So that's the other thing. It doesn't make any sense. So I don't get it. I don't really know
because
what
you guys re-signed.
I think he wants to go to Cleveland.
You re-signed Reeves.
Yeah, Lakers re-signed Austin Reeves to big contract.
To the max, right? Yeah.
No, not to the max. But
not to the max?
No, but a big contract. Signed and traded for Walker Kessler. So made big moves. Moves that needed to be done.
Is that team better or worse than now and no LeBron?
I don't think you can say you're better when you don't have LeBron James, right? But I think you have a better glimpse of a future, right? Because before, there were big holes. I think those holes are getting filled up. I think we've spent too much money. We spent a lot of money on guys that I don't think are worth that much money.
Would you not paid Reeves that much?
No, I would have paid Austin that much, and I would have paid Walker Kessler that much, but we signed other guys, Quentin Grimes, Mamu, Colin Sexton. I think we overpaid for them. Colin Sexton's a good player off the bench.
Okay. Yeah.
He averages 15, so I'll take that. But yeah, just paid a lot of money for those three, which is kind of weird. But I think we'll be fine. But anyways, yeah, LeBron says he's not going back to Lakers. He wants to go to a contender. I think he wants to go to the Cavs.
I saw Cavs, Warriors, and Heat.
I've seen 70. The rest of the list was like 76ers.
Yeah,
some other people. So yeah, kind of weird thing going on. I don't understand the decision, but I think it's just kind of passing the torch down to Luka. It is kind of sad though. Obviously, I loved LeBron. I think he was great as a Laker. People have their opinions, but that's that. And speaking of 76ers.
Well, okay, go 76ers.
How about it? Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown for scraps.
Were you surprised about that one?
Yeah, I don't understand what the Celtics are doing. I don't know why you would trade him. You don't have to trade him. I know you were trying to trade him to get Giannis, but that's different. Everybody would try to trade to get Giannis. But I don't understand why you would trade away a guy who almost was an MVP last year, was a finals MVP for you a few years ago, and is, without question, one of the best guards, probably the best two guard in the league.
We kept your team afloat while Tatum was out.
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole year, right?
Yeah.
But I think he had to do something different though with that team. It was
why?
Just I mean, even with Brown and Tatum, if you were still running it, I don't know if you get past the Knicks.
I think fully healthy, and if they sign Mitchell Robinson, I think they do get past the Knicks. I don't know why they got rid of him. I really don't understand it, and they got rid of him for nothing.
Well, no, that's the thing. I mean,
Paul George.
Why would you get rid of him for nothing? I mean, Paul George. Yeah.
Paul George, you got some draft picks, great, but really? You went from trying to get Giannis to getting Paul George? That makes no sense to me. But for the 76ers, it's incredible.
Yeah. What about Raptors agree to acquire Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers?
Yeah, cool for the Raptors. Kawhi had a great year last year. And, I mean, there's always that question mark of can he play or will he play? But the Raptors were tough, and if Kawhi does play, that's going to be a tough team. I don't think they'll win, but I think it'll be a tough team.
And would they get Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick?
Yeah, they also traded
first-round picks, 20, 31, 33.
Yeah.
27 first-round swap. So,
I mean, they traded for stuff, but it was basically nothing for the Clippers. So, no offense to Brandon Ingram. He's a good player too, but he's not going to win you anything.
Yeah. We talked about LeBron. We talked about Celtics and Jaylen. And so is this your potential starting lineup or roster? So Luca, Austin Reeves, Quentin Grimes, Sandro.
Don't try it.
Yeah. And Walker Kessler.
I don't think starting five.
Off the bench, I guess Colin Sexton, Bronny James, Jake LaRavia, Jared Vanderbilt, and DeAndre Ayton.
No, DeAndre Ayton got traded to the Wizards. Okay. So yeah, as of now, that's what it is.
And where did Rui go? What happened to Rui?
He hasn't gone anywhere yet. But they already said that they're not going to re-sign him. I think they're trying to get Peyton Watson from Denver. So they're going to have to like waive Jared Vanderbilt and get rid of some other guys to clear up some money for Peyton Watson and trade for him, or sign him.
And does Bronny stay?
No, probably not. Because I think they'll probably try to clear that money too. But
even though it's not a ton of money, but still.
Yeah. I think we've signed so many guards now. I don't think we're gonna.
Does he go wherever his dad goes?
Yeah, I think it's always gonna be that goal of just sending him.
Yeah.
Wherever.
Well, so 76ers lineup. Is this right? Maxey, Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, D-Wade, and not D-Wade, but D-Wade, and then Joel Embiid.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough team.
Can really that beat the Knicks?
Yeah, that team could definitely beat the Knicks.
If Joel Embiid stays healthy.
If Joel Embiid stays healthy, they will win the East. They will win the East for sure.
That's a big if, though.
Yeah, but if Joel Embiid stays healthy and is healthy throughout the entire playoffs, the Knicks will not stop that team. Nobody will stop that team in the East.
That is a big ask.
But those three guards / three, whatever you want to call it, are insane. That's a ridiculous top three in your backcourt.
Yeah, no, I agree. What else? NBA? Anything else?
I don't know. I think that's just about it. There's been a bunch of like little stuff, obviously.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of stuff going on. It's just like hard to keep track. So
but the big thing is like, where's LeBron going?
The big ones. Yeah.
Just trying to figure out where LeBron's going, which is...
I think Cleveland. I think he wants to go back to Cleveland and just end it there.
I think Cleveland too. But it's crazy how a guy who is 41 years old is still the name of the game. At the end of the day, we're all wondering, where's he going to go? It's breaking news when he says anything. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I've got him on a later segment, though. I'll talk about that later. So... what else? That's it?
I think so.
All right. NBA, or what about W?
WNBA. Commissioner's Cup.
Commissioner's Cup.
Yeah. Liberty, take it home.
Liberty beat the Aces to win second Commissioner's Cup title.
Yeah. Yep. And they had just announced their All-Stars too, right?
They did.
I think it was led by Caitlin and Paige, Asia, kind of the people you would expect. But yeah, I mean, W's doing what they're doing. I'm not back.
So, all right. So while we're talking about the W, what about the refereeing, and what about the whole the AT and CC debacle and the flagrant 2 and the... Here's my thing, because that was a close game. So if that one would have been called during the game, that's 2 shots plus the ball. And that was a very close game. So how do you go back and then say it was a flagrant 2 and then suspend her for a game after the game?
Yeah.
Why wasn't that reviewed during the game at some point? You know? I don't know if like W has to go to like an MLB where there's, a group of people sitting in front of screens saying, hey, buzz or something, saying you need to, review this or something. I don't know. Well, we've talked about officiating a lot in the show, right? Whether it be NBA, WNBA, MLB, NFL, every sport, right? We always talk about officiating. But I just think that, at that time, it was a very tight game. Emotions were already high. And, how do you not call that in real time when you have 3 officials there?
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I don't understand why you have to call it after the fact. You might as well don't.
Yeah, you might as well not. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, if you're going to do it afterwards, I mean, what is that? Only affects Phoenix for the next game, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't help the Fever. It doesn't help whatever team. Even if it wasn't, what if it was Page and Dallas?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know. So that's my beef with it and officiating, and I'll get more into it about other stuff in another segment. But I don't know that it's something's got to get fixed there. And I mean, there's a lot of talk. People want CC. I mean, they say go play in Europe and watch the W just demolish themselves. What do you think about that? I mean, you're talking about the face of the game, not the best player, because Asia's the best player, right? But
yeah.
who's the face of the game?
Yeah, I think it's clear that she is the face of the game. I think it's competitive though. But yeah, I mean, who's brought it in? It's been her since she came in. But why?
She's brought the viewership. She's brought the private jets, the charter jets. I mean, you go back to all these women that are upset and want to take cheap shots at her. Okay, go fly Southwest again. Go back on the buses again. Go, what you don't have now. Go back to that and say, okay, we like it better now.
Yeah, I mean, I've always spoke out against all the people who've talked negatively about her, and like what she's done for the sport. But if you're, I firmly believe this. If you're on the court, you go after the best player. So put him down. I have no issue with it. Do I think it's dirty? Yes. Will you be a dirty player? Yes. But people did it to Jordan. They try to do it to LeBron. They do it to great players. When you face great players, you try to put them down.
Yeah, but like a Kennedy Carter or a Marina Mayberry put down, or
yeah, it's not any different. You try to put them down. That? I think it's nasty, but it's nothing that we're not used to. I don't understand why it's got to be like a, oh my God, no, don't do that to Caitlin Clark kind of thing. I don't think it should be. Put him down. You try to take out the best player. People try to go after Tom Brady and try to go after his knees or something like that. So it's like, I don't know. I think it's like over dramatized.
Well, because I think there's so many off the ball plays, non-basketball plays.
I
basketball
agree.
plays.
I agree.
So if you were to look at the non-basketball plays that she's getting cheap shotted with versus the basketball plays, I can see what you're saying. But I mean, no one was hitting Tom Brady while he's just standing there, a minute after he releases the ball, while the play was dead. No one's going in there and just throttling the guy, right?
Dramatized to a very high level. And I get it. There's non-basketball stuff happening, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But power through it. And she is, and she'll be fine. I think the rest of people need to power through it too.
Yeah, but what happens when you try to power through it and you hurt her?
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. But, it's something you have to go through.
Yeah, why isn't Paige going through it? Why isn't Olivia Miles?
Are they not? Olivia Miles is a rookie, so I think that's a little different. I just don't think anybody knows who
she's been going through it since she's a rookie.
I know, but nobody was looking at Olivia Miles the way they looked at Cece when she came in. But do we not see Paige and Asia and other people get rocked here and there? Is it at the same level? No, I'm not discrediting that. I'm just saying, I think we're being dramatic about it. I'm over it. I'm over the conversation. Cece will be fine. But also, at the end of the day, yes, Cece's the biggest player in the WNBA. And I've said this time and time again. I still need to see something. I'm not
saying she's the best player.
No, I know. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not arguing with anything. But she is the biggest player in the WNBA, right? And I think it's undeserved. Because why is she the biggest player in the WNBA?
She's brought the most viewerships. I mean,
I know.
You had Atlanta versus the Valkyries in Atlanta the other night, drawing 3,700 fans.
I know, I get that, but my point is like it's becoming an overrated thing. Because why? Because there's no reason any of her games should be watched more than Asia Wilson's games or Brianna Stewart's games or Sabrina's games or any of them, right? These are the best of the best. And I do not put Cece anywhere near them, respectfully. I think she's on the level of Paige Beckers right now.
But as a viewer coming in, I hardly ever watched a WNBA game before Cece came in. I might have watched maybe a finals game here and there, but I never watched a regular.
I'm not denying it. I know, I'm not denying it. I'm just saying I don't understand. It's becoming an overrated thing for me. Like, why is this the savior of the league who hasn't done anything?
I think she's just, is it a race thing? Is it, I don't know.
I don't know if it's a race thing. I'm not saying it's like all that deep. I just don't get it.
Well, is it a race thing? Is it a sexual orientation thing? There's a bunch of things, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'm just saying I personally don't get it. There are better players in this league who, like when LeBron came in as the face of the league, after year one, he was arguably the best player in the league. Like, it did not take long for him to be that guy. Same thing with Jordan. It didn't take long for him to probably be that guy, Obviously, it took time for them to get over the final hurdle to championships. But from talent play level, they were probably the best there were. And I don't know. I'm not seeing her do anything out of the ordinary that other players aren't doing. And I just feel like there are other players that should be getting that same viewership.
Yeah, but they weren't. They haven't been.
I know that. I'm just saying it's an overrated thing. That's what I'm saying as my point. It's like it is becoming overrated. But she might go out, win an NBA championship or a WNBA championship this year and tell me to F off. In which I will.
So you're saying all the new viewership, everything that she's brought into the game is just because she's overrated?
No, I'm saying I don't understand why she has brought this all in. Why do we care so much about her when she has not done anything? She didn't win anything in college. She broke the scoring record, yeah, but she didn't win anything in college. She hasn't done anything in the W. So why her? Why are we so engaged with her when she hasn't done anything? That's my question. I just don't get that. I don't think anybody's at fault for anything. I just don't get it. Why? Like, why her? Why is it Caitlin Clark?
I just think because she was the biggest name out of, college, being the scoring record, and then just coming in, she was, everyone wanted that number one pick. Everyone wanted her. It's just,
I get it.
I
I also just don't get
even with Stewie's 4, college championships,
Exactly. When UConn were undefeated.
I never watched a WNBA game.
I know. Nobody did. But I just,
what I'm saying. It's just,
what I'm saying is like, why? Why? Like, what does she do that is so different from everyone else?
It's the logo. It's the Steph Curry effect. The deep threes, the changing of the game in, a minute because she can hit, 5 threes in 30 seconds. I think that's part of it. How many people want to see a post player go down and score 30 points? It's just not. It's great, but is it that flashy and exciting? I don't know.
Okay, but if that's the case, then why didn't Sabrina get the viewership?
You could say, is she on the same level as Sabrina, or Sabrina higher on a level? I don't know.
I think Sabrina's higher than her. I think if you're taking teams to win, right? Who are you taking? Probably Sabrina over Caitlin. No? I think Sabrina's a better defender, and she's won.
But yeah, but you could say the same thing with Asia. She's got 4 MVPs, but how come, she's not the face of the league? How come Stewie's not the face of the league? She's got championships.
I just don't get it. I don't understand what we veer our attention towards.
I just think that if she's the face of the league, you can't be taking cheap shots at her. That if you're benefiting from her being the face of the league and you're benefiting from what she's bringing in, you just, you're smacking the hand that feeds you.
I see it. I think it's unavoidable.
You got more viewerships. You got a better CBA. Your income is a lot higher than it was. Your travel's a lot better. The food's a lot better. The housing's a lot. Everything is upgraded. And then just to be, vengeful, you're gonna just take shots and for whatever reason. I mean, I'm not saying you don't play basketball and you don't guard her and you don't play do your job, but I mean it's the cheap shots that I'm saying. You're if you hurt her, or if you hurt Asia, going after her knees or something, say if Asia was the face of the league and the MVP, and she did all that, but then people are going to start, spiting her because she gets all the attention. So you start going at Asia, she goes out, and then you lose Asia for a year or 2 years. What happens then?
Yeah.
So, anything else? Well, did you just see? I don't know if these posts are. Do you see these posts about like Angel Reese and KD and Anthony Edwards? I don't know if they're fake.
I don't know anything about that.
I'll show it to you here. I guess it's there. So yeah, I don't know if these are true, but it says Angel Reese. I'm not a bench player. I'm a superstar who commands attention. And then KD is commanding attention. That's you fouling out before the first half. Stick to your TikTok dances. Anthony Edwards says you're mid at best. You're mid at best. Go get your check from IKEA. And then KD and Angel Reese again. Anthony Edwards. She might be the LeBron of the WNBA, but don't forget, I'm the Jordan of this league. And she was referring to Asia Wilson.
That doesn't sound like it's real on those ends. I don't think KD.
KD says, which Jordan? Jeffrey Jordan or Marcus Jordan?
Yeah.
And Edwards says, no MJ, maybe Bronny James of the WNBA. So I don't know if these are real or not, but
I don't think those are real because I think we would have heard a whole lot more about it.
So, all right. Is that it? Let's go MLB. Or no, let's go tennis.
Yeah, Wimbledon.
Let's, since that's fresh in our mind, let's mix it up a little.
We're in Wimbledon. Let's talk about the women's arena. Knocked out.
What is going on with her? Maybe less TikTok dances and shopping and all this other stuff, and focus on winning a Grand Slam.
But it's not just her. Iga got knocked out yesterday. I mean, it's by Naomi Osaka. Straight sets, knocking out Arena. Crazy. But yeah, I mean, we're in full swing right now. There's been a couple upsets. Rybakina's out again. So I don't know. Like Coco was playing earlier. I don't know what she ends up finishing, if she ended up getting through it.
She was up the last time I saw.
That's what I thought I saw too. Jessie Pegula won again though. Coco Gauff did win 3. So you would think your favorites probably between those two, or at least would be for me, those would be my 2 favorites, at least from the American side. But yeah, I mean, dude, like just going left and right. So we'll see what happens. It's wide open. If Arena and Iga are out, it's wide open. So we'll see.
And then what about ranking? Does rankings matter?
For tennis, yeah, tennis matters. Because it matters. Number 1.
Okay, but I mean, Arena's been number 1, and you've lost 2 majors already this year.
No, but it's a point system.
No, I know, but I mean, does it matter, like in the fact of, are you the best tennis player?
Oh well, Yeah, but there's nobody better than her. Yeah, it's not just Serena getting knocked out. Like everybody's getting knocked out. Um, so yeah, I think it's hard to argue that there's anybody better than her. Um, because the closest one is probably Iga Swiatek, who's ranked number 3 right now, and she is kind of in a mess right now too. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough to say, but yeah, we'll see. Wimbledon.
So you don't have no issues with her losing?
Well, she should be losing, especially not this early. But I mean, it happens, dude. It happens when you're facing apparently Naomi Osaka.
And then what about Serena Williams?
What about her? What about her? It was good, honestly. She didn't look bad. She really didn't look that bad, but she got smoked still by somebody half her age. I don't think it was surprising.
A 20-year-old, yeah.
Yeah, smoked by somebody half her age, unranked in the first round, and then ended up getting hurt. And had
she ended up pulling out of doubles because of her knee.
Yeah.
Is she done? I mean, why try to come back? I guess
I don't know why she tried to come back. She didn't have to come back. But
I think at that point you don't come back, right?
Yeah, you have to come back.
You had too many years off, and you're that much, older now. It's just.
But I'll say, like, she could still hit the hell out of the ball.
Oh, I'm not saying that she won't. She won't kill me with her serve, but I mean, I just don't think it's competitive, though.
No, I mean it was competitive, but there was clear rust. Like very clear. It was clear that she had not been playing at a high level or any level for a long time. Even though she had like a match before, whatever it was, I don't. But yeah, it's cool to see. I mean, you're going to tune in and watch Serena Williams. It's the greatest women's tennis player ever. So obviously you're going to tune in and watch her, but.
Yeah, but is it like watching Mike Tyson come back, or is it like watching, I mean.
Kind of, but you're going to watch it, Like you're going to watch it.
Am I?
Everybody else did. So, yeah. That's for the women's.
So what about men's side? You still got Skinner?
Yeah, Yannick Sinner. He's running away with it, or not running away with it, but he won again today. He's got to be the clear favorite to bounce back after an Australian disaster or a French disaster. So yeah, I think he's gonna win it, but there's some guys out there. I mean, there's some people out there who can make it interesting. Joker's still out there. He's always lingering. He loves Wimbledon.
Yeah, he won today, right?
Yeah, he won today, so he's gonna be around. We got Taylor Fritz who's moved on, but Ben Shelton got knocked out early. I don't understand that.
That's another one. I think at some point he's got to start winning some big matches, right?
Yeah, but he's never going. He's got the mentality, but he's never going to because his game is one thing. It's massive forehand and serve, but a whole lot of mistakes. No backhand. Doesn't move around the court as great as everybody else. No defense. So it's like he can overpower people for sure, but when you face people who are technically better, they're going to beat him. And if he has a bad,
he's one of the highest ranking U.S. though.
Yeah, because he can overpower people. And when he's on, yeah, he can be like that. But if he's off, then it's like you don't have the technical ability to overcome it. And on top of that, you're already making errors against yourself too. So people are going to kill him. So he's just been so sloppy lately. And so he's out early again. And this is supposed to be the guy that gets us over the hump. Because American,
yeah, I mean, he was supposed to be the one to have the torch, right?
Yeah,
he was supposed to, I don't know.
This is the guy that we all expect to win a Grand Slam finally, an American to win a Grand Slam finally, and he's nowhere near it. So best American for the guys is still Taylor Fritz, and Taylor Fritz isn't going to win a Grand Slam either. Not with these guys out here. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't want to get started on the American men's tennis side because they never win, and it drives me crazy. I don't understand it.
You could kind of correlate it with another men's team, but we'll probably talk about that here in a second.
True. That's right.
All right. Anything else, Wimbledon?
No.
Okay.
We're almost done though.
What about golf? Let's talk golf before we get into a couple other ones. You had the John Deere Classic this week.
Yeah, it was Goddard, wasn't it?
Goddard up. Chris Goddard up.
Chris Goddard
shooting -9 today.
Yeah, dropped a
by
6
one stroke. So,
yeah. Just a quick little.
What's that? His third win?
Is that his third this year? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think he won 2 early.
Yeah.
And then he had a couple good placements. So yeah, no.
But he's been lingering. I mean, he's had a
Max Homa sighting finally.
Yeah. Max 1 under. You think you're Max Homa? You shoot a 64. You're probably in your final round. You're probably thinking you're gonna win. Chris Goddard drops a 62.
Chris Goddard. And then what about the? Did we talk about last week or 2 weeks? Was it last week or the week before?
Which one? Yeah, we have not talked about any of them. We didn't talk about the playoff with Victor and Scotty because that was just last week.
That was last week.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of shocked.
Scotty missing a putt.
Yeah, Scotty missing a putt that I did not.
Victor Hovland sighting? What is that?
Yeah, Victor, he's back, dude. Yeah, so kind of surprised by that, and we didn't talk about the U.S. Open.
Yeah. Wyndham Clark.
That's 2.
So, all right. Well, maybe I'll save this for later too. Yeah, I'll save that for later. Because I have my good and bad things about Wyndham Clark. I mean, yes, he made a stupid decision last time, at Oakmont, damaging that. Should you judge him and hold him forever accountable on that? Maybe not. Do you not root for him when he's a U.S. guy and it's a U.S. Open and you're booing him?
Yeah, I think that's personally.
I think I'll save the rest for later. So good for Wyndham Clark. I think I think he needed that to repair. Now I don't know if that's gonna repair all everyone else that have kind of gone off on Wyndham Clark, but I mean I think that's probably a step in the right direction. And I don't know if people now do they even remember Wyndham Clark and Oakmont?
I think people do.
You think they do? Because I never hear it mentioned except for like 2 weeks ago when the whole thing, but
because it's only mentioned when he's around.
Yeah,
that's the only time it's mentioned. Because if he's not around, nobody's really talking about Wyndham Clark a whole lot. Wyndham Clark doesn't get put in a lot of conversations of like best golfer in the world or anything like that.
But he's just.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he just lacks that likable factor, right? It just doesn't have like.
I just think he's
if Scotty did what Wyndham did, I think people would probably give Scotty a pass. He would apologize, say, okay, wasn't the right thing, blah blah blah. But I think Scotty's just got a more. It's something about him. It's just he's got that likable factor.
Everybody likes Scotty, but if Rory did it, they wouldn't give him a pass.
No. But I think that's because
Wyndham Clark has that similar thing with Rory. With people that just don't like them. They don't like their personality. They don't like that fire that they have. I think like Wyndham just has a crazy competitiveness, and he does not do well at containing it sometimes. Because I think there is time and place to contain it. You can't. Not to beat on this or harp on this, it happened last year, but you can't beat down a locker room. And you're going to have to live with the fact that that's what people are going to remember. Now, in retrospect, bad form, shouldn't have done it, but like, if we're really talking about things here, we don't hold Tiger Woods accountable for anything.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. I mean, did he kill anyone? Did it, affect anyone else's life? Did it, ruin someone's, life or anything like that? No, it just hurt an establishment, a historic establishment. But
yeah.
I mean, but what if you did that at the Masters?
Yeah, but it's really kind of a similar thing, right? It's bad. It's really bad. But it's like, at the end of the day, these guys aren't killing people. They're not putting people in harm. They're not committing, well, he probably is committing crime, but they're not committing federal offenses, stuff like that. So I think it is unfair. Like I said, we hold people to a weird standard based on if we like them or not. Now, in terms of actual golf, though, shout Wyndham Clark. That's 2 U.S. Open wins, and doing them at tough places too. And that puts me in conversations of guys like Dustin Johnson, Bryson, Brooke. Well, not Brooks.
Right.
Brooks got 5 majors. But some other great JT, I think, has 2. So some guys who have been great golfers who we hold in high regards. He's got 2 majors just like them. Yeah, and it's impressive. Speaking of which, I didn't briefly mention him. Bryson, another disaster tournament yet again.
You have got to. I mean, if you want to be, and I talked about this before. Who the one guy that needed to be relevant in this U.S. Open needed to be relevant, and he was not relevant.
No.
So now you're at the point of quit making 3D. Go back to what got you there.
Or just
doing all this scientific stuff and trying to change everything, but you're not winning. You're not making cuts. Or if YouTube's the way you're going to go, and then just go YouTube, I guess. But I mean, you're not competing right now in the PGA level.
No, dude, he sucks. He sucks bad right now. Like, he is in bad. Like, Brooks missed the cut too. Other good players missed the cut too. But this is now, that was 4 straight missed cuts in the majors, I think. Yeah. And we hold Bryson to a high level. We all view Bryson as one of the best players and a guy who should have more than 2 majors. And at the end,
he's kind of got that same thing though. He's got that non-likable factor, because you didn't like Bryson before, right?
No, but I'll tell you. But like, I think Bryson has done more than Wyndham Clark. Bryson's had more outbursts and issues on the course, whatever.
But I think his personality factor on YouTube has moved the scale over.
Yeah,
moved a bunch of people over back to his side.
Yeah,
that's why that's why he's not in that same grouping as a Sergio and a Wyndham Clark.
And for sure.
Those other guys.
For sure, 1,000%. Yeah. But it is at the end of the day, we're here to watch you play golf, and you are not playing golf. You play golf for 2 days, and then you're gone, and it's ugly. So, at a certain point, Bryson DeChambeau is going to have to get it together.
Well, he's just tinkering with like the new driver and 3D irons and all this other stuff. It's just like, go back to what got you, winning before. None of that was. I mean, I don't know.
But I think it's like okay to tinker with stuff, to tweak things, to try to improve something here and there. Like Tiger always did that, right? Like Tiger always switched it. He switched his swing coach and switched his swing and did all these things. But they were still competing. Like they were in it. They were still fighting. He's nowhere near it. Like he is nowhere near the mark. I don't understand it. Like what is he doing or what is happening over there? Like is it really just like, are you just that distracted by YouTube? And that's fine if it is. You'll make plenty of money and probably become more famous doing YouTube and being that guy. You can go golf with the president and do whatever you want to do that, fine. But
but again, I think the only reason why he's big on YouTube is because he's a Grand Slam, or not a Grand Slam winner, but a major winner, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't have those major wins and you're just a YouTube golfer, yeah, you're going to make money. But I mean, at some point it's only YouTube watching people, right? It's not, so you got to be relevant in the majors. So you're still bringing those people over to YouTube, because otherwise you just got those viewers and it's just, where's it at?
I don't know, but it's like it's like, I mean, I knew he was going to stink it up this tournament. And it comes to a point where it's like, we're watching to see if he even makes a cut, not even to see if he's actually going to win. And that's not a good thing.
Yeah. So. All right. Soccer. Let's get into soccer before we probably talk into this last subject.
Oh yeah. We're in the World Cup here. We are in the round of 16. We just had a ridiculous game. Norway versus Brazil. Norway is moving on now to the quarterfinals. which is insane. They've never gone this far before. Erling Haaland scoring 2 goals. That was today. Anyways, World Cup in full swing. Very exciting. It's all been great. Brazil already out. That's one of the powerhouses. Netherlands and Germany are already out. The other 3 or other 2 big countries that you kind of always bank on. Canada is now out as well. Not a big country in terms of soccer or footy, but they are out. And we'll see what happens. And then the U.S. go marching on. Let's see if they can actually do something. If they win this game on Monday, it will be tied for the best ever result the U.S. No, it will be the best ever result U.S. have ever had in a World Cup.
Even though losing last game.
Huh?
Even losing the last game?
Oh, they lost the last game of the group tournament, of the group stage, but nobody really cared because they already clinched it. So it wasn't like important. Like they would have liked to have won it because it would have been historically a big achievement because they'd never won out, but it didn't matter. They played all these reserves and stuff like that, and it didn't matter. But they went and they beat their first round or first matchup. Now they're going to face Belgium tomorrow. Personally think they're going to get wiped, but if they beat Belgium, it will be a massive achievement, and it'll be the best ever U.S. result we'll ever see, probably. And then after that, then I think then they have to go and face Argentina or something like that, and that's good luck with that. But
so, are they winning the World Cup? Is that what you're saying?
The U.S.
Yeah.
No, the U.S. are not winning a World Cup. They will never win a World Cup. They will never win a World Cup.
And with the World Cup finals being in the U.S.,
they will never win a World Cup. And this is with me. I am supporting. Don't get it twisted. I am supporting the U.S. I want them to win. They will never win. Tame expectations. They will never win a World Cup.
Why?
Because it's a global sport. It's not like football, basketball, and I mean we don't even win baseball anymore. But it's not like football and basketball, like where they've grown, expanded, but those are American. That's American sports. Those are American sports. We dominate in those, sure, but in any sport that's global, we do not dominate it at all. And this is like countries die for this sport. Like this is their everything.
It's countries I've never even heard of are playing in this thing.
Dude, we got Cape Verde off the coast of Africa out here going toe to toe with Argentina, the reigning champions. Like it's just on a different planet how big this sport is on a global level, and we are nowhere near that. We don't prioritize it in the same way. Nobody watches it. Like we call it a whole different word. We don't even call it what everybody else calls it in the world. And on top of that, like when do you watch soccer? Honestly,
Olympics
and World Cup. Yeah. You watch it every 4 years, just like the majority of Americans.
Yeah, I'm not watching the MWSL or the MSL or anything like that.
Yeah, no.
Or what's the European one? The European League or whatever it is.
Oh, like Premier League,
or with like Manchester United and all that other stuff.
Like I watch that stuff, but like majority of Americans don't. Yeah. Again, we're watching football, baseball, basketball, hockey. That's what we're watching. So yeah.
What about Ronaldo? Cristiano Ronaldo. This will be my last World Cup.
Yeah, I know. Sad, but not surprising. He's 41 years old. He's already probably the oldest one to ever do it, and he's iconic. He's the GOAT. I think Messi, it's his last one too. I think Messi just doesn't really announce those kinds of things during. But yeah, I mean, it's sad, honestly. But
all right, MLB. Well, I mean, it's time. I mean, at some point you got to hang it up, LeBron. At some point you got to move on, right? I mean, you can't play.
LeBron really doesn't have to hang it up, dude. He averaged 23, 8, and 8 last year.
So when is he going to go to 50? Is he going to go until he doesn't average 20? I mean, when do you stop?
It's a great question, but it's
when
not
he
like
starts scoring 8 points like Kobe, or I mean, when does it end?
but it is kind of like a doesn't have to stop. He's really damn good. He was really good still. Really, really good. This is why I think people care about where he's going too. Because you're talking about this somebody who can help you win.
You could say Ronda Rousey's really good, but I mean, she's
No, you can't. No, you
I
can't.
mean, at some point, you just got to hang it up.
You cannot
All
say
right,
that. It's not
let's not get sidetracked. MLB, let's get into MLB action.
why. They announced their All Star, final All Stars, and it's a mess. I don't understand how a guy like PCA can probably be top 3, maybe top 2 in NL MVP. He's not going to win it right now because Shohei's just on a different planet. Right? But I'd say right after that,
but if Shohei wasn't being Shohei,
I'd say right after that, it might just be PCA. And he's not a starter.
I mean, he was Player of the Month for June. I think he ended up like 392 average for June, 9 home runs. I mean, just talk about getting hot and being on a heater, and he's carrying it over, this month too, starting. So I mean,
and he's not starting the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So that tells you everything you need to know about the fan vote. But otherwise, apart from that,
the fan vote's always the fan vote. I mean, whether it be for any sport, right? Even with the W, the fan vote's just, they're going to pick who they want, and then that's it. So I mean,
it's awesome.
What about Mets? Finally do it. They finally did something this year.
What did they do?
Fired
Carlos Mendoza. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, I don't know why that took 2 years.
After you get swept by the Cubs, again, Cubs versus the Mets and the Phillies this year. The Cubs went 13-1 versus the two teams.
Yeah.
So I mean, they swept the series, and you had 6 errors in one game for the Mets.
Yeah.
You can't win a ball game with 6 errors, and then the next game you have 2 more.
Yeah.
So it's just, I mean, you're talking about major leaguers. This isn't a farm team. This isn't a college team. I mean, that college teams are probably better than that. This isn't little league. How do you have 6 errors in one game? I mean, that is brutal. And in New York, how are those people? I mean, the boos were pretty good and pretty loud, but I mean, I wasn't surprised that Mendoza lost it after that, for sure. But is that his fault? He's not the one throwing the ball around. He's not the one, letting the ball go through the legs. I mean, is that, how does he take the fall? Or should he take the fall? He's always going to take the fall, right? The coach is always going to take the fall.
Yeah.
Whether it be bad, calls on, using the bullpen or taking the pitcher out, or, should he have taken Peralta out, or, not, or whatever. But, I mean, you have 6 errors. I mean, what can he do to stop that?
6 errors.
You have a left fielder that won't dive for a ball,
While he's making $700 million.
And just kind of stands there and jogs after it. I mean, what are you doing?
Huh, I agree. But they're a mess.
They are a mess. And I don't know what do they do? Do they sell off?
Dude, I don't know why they haven't already. Like, teams will take Juan Soto.
Teams will take Soto. Teams will take Bichette. Teams will take Peralta. Teams will probably take Lindor.
Yeah, and like Juan Soto, despite what seemingly looks like lack of effort, he is still just about worth that money. He is still one of the best players in the league.
What's his stats right now? So $765 million you're paying this guy.
Yeah.
Won't dive.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting .299. He's got 18 home runs. And he has, where is he? 299, 18 home runs, 43 RBIs. Gets on base 407. He's got 966 OPS. He's got 2.7 WAR. He is one of the best players in the league.
At the end of the year, his numbers are going to be right where they probably should be. Right?
He's going to do what he does every year. You can trade him
You could
think
trade
Yankees would Yankees would love it, right?
Yankees, the Dodgers. You know,
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah,
like, why not? Why not?
yeah.
Like guys with Red Sox, if you want to like bring your,
Oh,
if you want to bring that franchise and your fan base back, bring in somebody like Juan Soto to carry you all the way for the rest of your life. You know, like people will trade for him. So I don't know why they just keep holding on to these people.
what about this fun fact? Former Cubs outfielder Kyle Tucker, who received a 4-year, $240 million contract, so $60 million a year, currently has the same amount of home runs as current Cubs outfielder Michael Conforto, which
Yeah,
is 7, which is a guarantee of $2 million per year.
yeah. Listen,
So,
like I was high on Kyle Tucker last year. I wanted Kyle Tucker. I've always pretty much been high on Kyle Tucker. Um, But when he signed with the Dodgers, I spoke out against him, not because it's the Dodgers, but because it was such a cop out. Because look at how bad he can be and not get any flack for it, pretty much, because that team is the best team in the league, and he bats seventh, and nobody notices him, even though he's making $60 million a year, and he is the worst signing we've seen probably in 5 years.
yeah, you're talking bad signings. You always talk about like the Chris Bryant or, you know,
Yeah.
Rendon or
Right, yeah, those were a while ago. I think Rendon
But
tops it forever.
this right now is a bad signing.
The only plus is that this is only 4 years. That's the only plus. But it is $60 million, and he sucks in every way.
Well, and I think this is why, max contract length, MLB is proposing the following the next CBA, max contract length of 5 years, right?
Mm.
No deferred contracts, no qualifying offers, 5 years to free agency for players over 30.
Yeah.
So, minimum salary would increase to 1 million for players with 2+ service, 900,000 for potential 100,000 more players with 0 to 1 service.
Yeah.
So, you're talking about no deferred. If you're the Dodger, how do you navigate that, right?
Yeah. My question is like,
you're talking about a guy who's batting 234, 7 home runs. At this time, he had like 40 RBIs and OPS of 707.
yeah.
And paying 60 million, and
Yeah.
no one says anything about it.
Exactly. That's why I was saying it's disgusting. It was disgusting to go there, and now he just gets to suck, and nobody cares.
Because we're talking about Devers, or we're talking about Juan Soto, and we're talking about all these other guys that aren't performing, but no one's talking about Kyle Tucker. So,
exactly.
No, I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
Exactly. Real shameful. Maybe he has a massive second half. Who knows? But it does not look like it. He sucks. But yeah, MLB. What else is new? Dodgers are the best team in the league. They just can't stop winning. They continue to win. Shohei Ohtani is the best player in the league by a landslide. And this is with the Dodgers team that's not even like Mookie's not playing good. Mookie's finally gotten old.
He's starting to, yeah.
He's starting to do his thing, yeah, but like he's finally.
Freddie's not doing much, right?
Freddie's still having a pretty good year. I think Freddie's hitting like almost 300 still. So Freddie's still doing what Freddie does. Freddie Freeman is inevitable. He's going to hit 300. But him getting All-Star over Bryce Harper was criminal, respectfully. But yeah, like your star players are not even like doing what we are accustomed to them doing. A lot of they're pretty much their entire rotation's hurt. And then
I don't want to hear about that.
Oh, I know, but they're still the best team in the league, So, just
what about Brent Rooker? Undergoes season-ending surgery.
Yeah, he's talking about sneaky years. He had a sneaky year from the jump.
But what about Big Dumper?
Oh yeah, no, like it's a disaster. To the point where we have to investigate what he was on last year.
You're kind of questioning it right now, right?
Naturally,
how big of a drop off that is right now.
Naturally,
is either A, is he hurt right now, or B, is there something else?
Yeah, for sure. 1,000%. So yeah, I mean, but Brent Rooker, that sucks. Sucks for the A's because they're still in it.
Yeah.
You know. But I mean, they're in it. He hasn't been around. He was on the IL for a bit. He was not hitting, anyways. So as long as Nick Kurtz is around and he's hitting the ball 800 feet, they'll be fine.
So what about this double standard? Jacob Misiorowski, as a rookie, refused to leave the game when his manager came to pull him out in the end. Okay, he stayed in the mound and got the 2 outs. Rafael Devers refused to be substituted because he understood he was healthy enough to keep running or playing and wanted to make it clear that if they took him out, it wasn't due to physical limitation. Where do you stand on?
There's 2 sides. We're trying to win a game. Rafael Devers is not fast. We're trying to put in somebody who's fast. Why would you run? We are in the 9th inning. If we don't score now, we will lose. So you have no business being in there. Versus Miz, you ride or die with your best player. He's probably going to strike him out. He strikes out everybody. Now, that being said, I do not like players speaking out to their coaches during it in that way. If Pat Murphy goes out there, they have a conversation, you cover up your conversation, and Pat Murphy walks back, even if during that conversation Miz is saying, don't ever come out here again, whatever, but you keep that between you and him, I have no issue with that. I'm game with that. I love that, actually. But I do not like Miz barking from the mound to his coach in the dugout. That is nasty work.
Yeah, but I don't even like Miz. I mean, you're a rookie. You're going to tell, the reigning coach of the year, 2-time coach of the year, don't come out here. No, sit down, rookie. I'm going to come out there. I'm going to ask you how you're feeling. I'm going to say, hey, do you have enough to get, do you have enough gas? How are you feeling? Are you hurting? Can you get this next guy? Can you handle 2 more guys? Where are you at? And he says, yeah, I want the ball. Then fine. But you ain't telling me don't ever come out to the mound, because I'll come out to the mound just to do it, just to piss you off.
Yeah, but you keep that between you. You keep that between you. You don't do it barking at him from the mound while he's in the dugout. I don't agree with that whatsoever. Now, so that's what I'll say. But there is a difference between what he did and what Rafi's doing. One makes sense, one doesn't make sense. Why would Rafi want to run when he can't run and we need to score?
Yeah.
It'd be different if we're trying to sub in somebody who's slow. Yeah. Then I'd be like, yeah, that's stupid. Why would we do that, Tony? What sense does that make? But I won't get into it because we're going to talk about it. Because I have to talk about that whole situation because I got to talk about this team every single time.
Oh, man.
Anyways.
All right, let me whip through this other stuff real quick before we get on your tangent. What about the Cubs? So I keep wanting it's a roller coaster. So I'm either up on high or I'm falling down, plummeting to the bottom of the roller coaster, going to hit the ground, or I'm going back up and hitting the clouds. I just don't know what to do with this team. Because you smoke the Padres and you score 100 runs, and then you get smoked with your division rivals that are right behind you, St. Louis Cardinals. You smoke the first game 17-1, then you lose the next game 3-0, and then thank God you avoid the sweep today and you beat them 6-4, I think. So, bad thing is, like, you went 9-1 in 10 games, but the Brewers went 8-2. So they just keep winning. Even you have to go almost perfect just to gain any ground with them. It's just they just don't lose. So it's just So 65% chance of the Cubs making it in the postseason. Right now they're in the 2nd spot. I think they're a half game out of the 1st spot. Philadelphia owns the 1st wild card.
Wild card, yeah.
Yeah. And then Chicago and then St. Louis. So, yeah, I just don't know what to do with this team. It's just like, it's up and down, up and down. It's just like, what the hell are we doing? So, get another baseball one, but I think we'll save it because I think it probably falls into the other category. So that's it for sports. What else? Yeah, what else we got for sports? That's it.
I think that
talked about everything.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we didn't. Let's do this real quick. Hold on, bear with me here. WML or NBA Summer League. Do we really care about the Summer League? No. So let's go standings real quick. We got like 8 games until All-Star break. So you got Tampa Bay in the East, 4 games up on New York, 11.5 over Toronto. So what do you do with Toronto? Do you Baltimore 12? What do you do with like Pete Alonso on that? Do you sell on that team? And then you got Boston at 13 back. There's some teams that could sell off, but I mean, there are some big names.
There are big names that they could sell.
Yeah,
for sure.
Are you surprised about Tampa Bay being 4 games up?
Yeah, definitely surprised by Tampa Bay being 4 games up. But dude, those three guys that they have, Caminero, Yandy, and Aranda, it's inevitable. They're going to hit.
So 4 games up, and then they're the second best team in the league. So overall, Central, we keep saying it. Surprising, Chicago White Sox first place, Cleveland 1 game back, and that's without Jose Ramirez too. The Twins 4 games, Detroit 7.5, and then KC 11.5.
Yeah.
Would you trade a Bobby Witt Jr.? Would you trade a?
No, I would never trade him.
No,
I would give everything for him.
What about catcher?
Salvi?
Yeah.
What are you gonna get for him though? He's 36. He's not really hitting either. So I don't know.
The West, Seattle, and that's with Dumper being in the dump.
Yeah.
And then Texas 8.5, Houston 2.5, A's will fall back to 5, and then Angels 10.5. I don't know how that team does not. Dude, you have got to trade Mike Trout this year, right?
He just got selected for his 12th All-Star. Get rid of him. What is the point of holding on to him? I don't get it.
Yeah, but we've said this for like the last 10 years, and it's just.
I've said this for 12 years. I don't understand. Get rid of him, man.
I just don't know why he doesn't demand a trade. Why isn't he asking for a trade? That team is not getting any better. What are you doing? Do you not want to win? You're okay with being in last place every year?
I don't know if it's like that, dude. I've said this before.
You don't think he could demand a trade?
No, I think he could demand a trade. Oh. I don't think Mike is a demand a trade kind of guy.
Well, I think he needs to be at this point of his career.
I agree. But this is one of those things, too, where it's like, because we criticize players for demanding trades, right? We say, you signed your contract, you know what you were getting into, right? So there's this double standard.
All right, I'll give you that.
There's this double standard.
I'll wear that one. I do say that. Yeah.
There is a double standard there. I just don't think Mike is a get me out of here kind of guy. I think he's, let's try to figure this out.
Okay, let's figure it out for him then and his family.
I agree.
If he doesn't want to be the one to force a trade, maybe Artie Moreno or whoever should say, hey, we're going to do you a favor and we're going to trade you.
I guarantee if they went to him and said, Mike, we're trading you, he would say, okay, do it.
Because, you could still get some picks right from him right now, right? Like you said, you just picked an all-star. You're going to trade him when it's too late. And then get nothing for him.
Yeah, right? Trade him now. Especially a guy who gets hurt all the time. Trade him now.
Yeah. So I just don't understand that. There's some big names. You got big names in the East. You got big names right there. Just right there. Detroit. You Scooble.
Another situation.
Yeah.
Why are you holding him? I know he's stinking it up a little bit, but why are you holding him?
And I don't know why you wait. Why not just do it now?
What if he gets hurt? What if his
exactly? Well, that's what I'm saying. Why wait?
Don't get
do
it
it right now. So okay, in the National League, you got Atlanta, and then 3 games back is Philadelphia. When we wrote those guys off when they were 10 games back.
I told you, dude. I was like, they're gonna linger. They're gonna linger. I thought Atlanta was going to run away with it, though. I didn't think it was going to be a 3 games back. I just thought they'd win a wild card. But
Miami 5 games back. Washington 7.5, and that's a young team too, and they're over 500. And then Mets at 16 games back, and we already kind of talked about trading that whole team.
Yeah.
Central, you got Milwaukee Cubs at 6 games back, St. Louis 7.5, Pittsburgh 10.5, Cincinnati 14.5.
Yeah,
they're just pummeled. I mean, Cincinnati's just fallen. So what do you do with Cincinnati? Trade some of those guys?
Yeah, for sure, dude. What about Tino? Is Tino getting
Ellie?
Oh, it's not like a Bobby Witt because Bobby Witt's in a league of his own, but it's a situation where you better give me everything. Give me what you got. Give me your top 5, top 3 prospects, probably.
And they still got, I think Hunter Green's not even back yet, right? So
he just came back yesterday.
Oh, he did? Okay. So does he come back just for the trade deadline? You trade him? I mean, you're 14.5 games back. You ain't winning that.
You could get a lot for those 2 guys, too. Yeah. A whole lot.
What about Pittsburgh? O'Neill? As bad of an outfielder as he is, could he play outfield somewhere else? Could you get something for him?
Yeah, you could trade him. He's having a good year. I mean, he's hurt right now, but he's having a good-ass year. You could definitely trade O'Neill Cruz. And you could also probably trade Paulie and let him free. Now, I think he's hurt. Everybody thinks he's hurt because his velo's down, his spin's down, and he is stinking it up right now. Everybody thinks he's hurt. But you could get the world for him.
Do you trade him now? You wait.
I would have booed him, dude. Get rid of him.
Dodgers, Arizona 14.5 back. I mean, that. All right. I'm going to put my hand up and say this one is done.
You think?
Yeah. Well, I said that with Atlanta, and that, I mean, obviously that's going to
I think this one's a fair bet.
But I'm going to say, I think it's safe to say Dodgers are going to win the division. So Arizona 14.5, San Diego 15, San Francisco 21.5, Colorado 22.5. So
yeah.
Wild card, you got New York, Cleveland, and Texas, and then we're actually tied for first. We got Chicago, Philly, and St. Louis for the 3. Okay,
yeah.
So Giants, you're only 11 back in the wild card. You just got to jump 20 teams. So, so that's it. So, all right. Anything else, MLB?
Nothing else.
I know you wanted to hear your standings on where you guys sat.
Yeah, so yeah, nothing else MLB. We did forget to mention something though. NBA, the draft.
But you aren't the worst team in baseball though.
Oh no. I can't stress this enough. Don't let the record fool you. We are the worst team in baseball.
But your record says you're the 5th worst team.
But I promise you, put on a Giants game and watch. It is the worst team in baseball. I promise you. I will not let you down. Promise.
And you lost to the Rockies today. So
yeah, right. In the bottom of the 8th inning to a 3-run home run, by the way.
Hey, Rockies are tough. I'm going to say that. All right, MLB or NBA draft. We did skip over that.
Skip over this NBA draft. AJ Devonsa ended up going first overall. It was a big debate. Him or Darren Peterson. AJ Devonsa to the Wizards. Wizards could be tough. If they stay healthy, AJ Devonsa does what we expect him to do. AD's there, Young's there.
Did he resign?
He re-signed.
He re-signed, right?
That could be a tough team. It could be tough. It could be a sneaky team. They're not winning anything. It could be a sneaky team. But anyways, they went there. Darren Peterson went 2. Caleb Wilson, Bulls' new savior, went number 4.
We're gonna trade him in 2 years, so it doesn't really freaking matter. So.
Probably for the best. But yeah, big draft. This was one of the better classes supposedly that we've had in years. So it's finally done.
I'm not excited until we make a playoff, but
we'll playoff or play in because you come close to the play in every year.
Give me
proper.
All right. Entertainment. What do we got for entertainment? A lot of entertainment.
I mean, Taylor Swift and Travis.
Want to talk about that one first?
They made a whole spectacle of it.
MSG.
Yeah, you get married at Madison Square Garden in the middle of New York, and invite.
Which I'm kind of surprised because I mean, the Madison Square Garden only holds what 18,000. You think you could have taken like a football arena or some outdoor arena and did 80 or 100,000 people?
I don't know, dude. Isn't their whole thing about privacy too, though? So who knows?
Who knows? I don't know.
I have no. But
no, I mean, yeah, good for them. So Kelsey, one more year?
Is that what you said?
No, I mean, I'm asking. Do you think he goes one more year?
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay. What about this? Floyd Mayweather facing felony charges for passing a bad check.
I mean, they call him Money Mayweather, dude. That doesn't surprise me.
He was trying to buy a $200,000 watch, and he passed a bad check for it.
Of course he did.
Maybe sell some of his 30 cards that
he
he has.
Probably also just wasn't able to read it. So.
I don't know if this falls. I guess this kind of falls in entertainment, but Josh Hockett, is that how you say his last name? Hockett?
Yes,
that guy.
That really falls more in sports, but yeah, he's an idiot.
Disparages Michelle Obama at UFC White House event. The only reason why I threw that in is entertainment because it was UFC event, because that could have fallen in any other category that we already discussed, and probably another one later. But
you know what? But there were good fights. There were good fights, good fighters, and then there's that idiot who has to do that. So.
And then he was saying that it was a compliment.
Yeah, he didn't backpedal on it. Yeah, he made a joke. He kept making a joke of it. He's an idiot, though. So.
What about this? 1 year after cancellation, SWAT officially revived at a new home. So Shamar Moore is back. He will be on Stars, but it's not the original crew. It's what are they calling it? SWAT something. But yeah, and I guess I don't know. I always liked it. But
okay.
They're bringing a couple of the old people back, but it's got a whole new crew.
There you go.
What about this one? Michael Weatherly returning to NCIS for season 24. Tony DiNozzo.
I know.
Well, I don't know if this is a spoiler alert, but I guess it's too late now.
I know who Michael Weatherly is. Yeah. I mean, dude, that show's been on for... Show's almost older than me, by the way. So, I don't know. That's cool, I guess.
So, but his spinoff with Tony and Ziva was canceled. So, yeah. But it's good to have DiNozzo back on NCIS. San Francisco-based actor and activist Danny Glover announces he has Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, very sad.
Sad news there, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's all I got for entertainment. Except for Cece came out with a new shoe, and then Angel came out with her shoe too at the same time. So I don't know if that was on purpose. And that's it. All right. Gotta be better. What do we have for Gotta Be Better?
Really only have two. You already kind of mentioned one of them. Well, we've already kind of mentioned two of them. Hockey, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just disgusting human being. Just stupid shit to say. And want nothing to do with them. And you know it's bad when everybody speaks out against you too.
Well, even Dana White.
Everybody speaks out against you. Maybe everybody apart from the one person who should speak out against it spoke out against you. And even, your boss, Dana White, said it's disgusting. He's an idiot. So, yeah, there's that. You don't even have to be better. I just don't ever want to really hear about you ever again. Main one, though, Rafael Devers. As if this season isn't already a big enough disaster for this team, and I'm trying to keep it brief because I just don't want to talk about them anymore. But I don't know what you're doing, who you think you are, waving off a pinch runner in the 9th inning when we need to score and you're on first base and your slow ass can barely run around a base. Like, we're bringing in the fastest guy on our team for a reason. It's not a disrespect to you. Everybody has been pinch hit. Barry Bonds got pinch hit for at the end of his career. David Ortiz got pinch hit for every single year. It's no shock. It's not a disrespect thing. I don't know what his deal is. And so you show up my manager, or show up our manager, your manager, show up the rest of the guys in your dugout. You decide to go and pout like a baby. And then guess what we get to do? For the second consecutive week, or second time in 2 weeks, we get to talk about another issue about the San Francisco Giants that has nothing to do about the actual issue of us playing baseball, or them playing baseball. So yet again, another distraction. And yet again, nothing from my president of baseball operations. Said nothing, did nothing, continues to do nothing, spoke out against nothing, was supposed to say something about the Pride Night situation, said nothing, supposed to say something about Rafi Devers, said they handled it, said nothing. So I'm in the same boat I've been. Wipe it clean. Get rid of everybody from the front to from the top to the bottom. I want the front office, the owners gone. I want coaches, just get rid of them. Poor Tony, he's got no backbone, clearly, but he is not at fault for everything that is going on. This is not his fault. These are paid veterans who are supposed to be playing and they don't play. So get rid of the coaches, and then definitely get rid of all the players. Get rid of all the players except for one. Get rid of all of them. I want nothing to do with them. And do it now, because Rafi Devers is red hot. So,
well, you only got him for 7 more years, so you only have to live with it for 7 more years, right?
So,
but if you look at his average, 248, so he's tied for 100th. Home runs, 18, tied for 35th. RBIs, 47, tied for 55th. OPS, 791, 150th. So at the end of the season, he's probably going to hit 250, probably 32-ish, 35 home runs, probably 95, 100 RBIs.
He's going to do what he does. He's going to do what he does. So, might as well trade him. And then the rest, don't get me started on it. I don't even want to talk about it.
But you did get 2 All-Stars. We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, it should have been 3, by the way.
Logan and Luis?
Yeah, should have been 3. I don't know how Jung-Hoo Lee can lead the league in hitting and not get an All-Star vote. I don't get that.
It's an Asian thing. I'm kidding.
It's nice. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, whatever. Good for them, I guess. But we should trade both of them, too. So, I'm over it. But that's it.
All right, I'll be quick. So we talk about golf. Cops booting people for shouting, "Don't choke Wyndham" as he sets up for his shot. And this is at the U.S. Open. Cops are kicking fans out for shouting. Is it time to shrink the game, so to speak? I mean, one, the attendance of the U.S. Open was pathetic. Crowds, you get to the 18th hole, and usually that thing is just jam-packed, right?
Yeah.
Everything's just surrounding the green. Everyone's just, parked around the green. Nothing. Hardly anything, right? So,
yeah.
I don't know. You got to do something with golf, I think, right? And I just don't know about how you don't root for a U.S. player for a U.S. Open either. But that's just,
Maybe they were rooting for Sam Burns, dude. I don't know.
It's just bad. I don't know. But, we do the same thing. We're sore losers as a U.S. Because, Ryder Cup, they come and pummel us and, we treat their players like ass and like crap. But, all Rory does is just go out and win a green jacket. But, he just wins. But, we do not portray ourselves as good sports people, so to speak.
No.
So I'll just leave it at that.
We sure don't.
What about this Nats and Red Sox benches clear over heated Contreras and Cavalli exchange? Something's got to go on with Wilson Contreras because, one, he is hovering over the plate. So then he gets mad every time he gets hit, but his shoulder is over half the plate.
But did you see it? Willson Contreras didn't do anything on this one.
But I was just going to say, on that one, he struck out on a good pitch. He even said, he struck me out on a good pitch. He was walking away, and I don't know why. Even if you did, you need to say the word boy? I guess.
Yeah.
Could you have said meat? You know, or ass, or go sit your ass down.
You just go sit down, yeah, or sit down, or something like that.
Sit down, meat, or whatever.
Yeah.
Kruk and Kipe use meat, right? I mean, they use that term. So there's other terms you could use. Would it still have the same effect? Probably, just because it's Willson Contreras and he always seems to be.
He's gonna get fired.
Middle or something. So I mean, he might need some anger management things. That's just my thing. So he gets a seven-game suspension. Cavalli gets a 7-game. Michaelis gets a 5-game, and Nate gets a 3-game. But Cavalli didn't even get kicked out either. He ended up staying in. So, but I don't know. Willson Contreras is. I don't want to say I guess maybe watched more closely, because like everyone says that's just how he plays and that's who he is, and he's just emotional. But I don't know. Is there another issue there? That's my thing. So
it's pretty good though.
Because he seems to have an issue with every team, right?
Yeah, he's just one of those guys, but he plays.
But he gets a snub too, All-Star snub, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't get it.
And I think that's. Well, what was I gonna move? Oh, the LeBron one. I hope that he talked to Lakers brass before the NBA draft that he wasn't going to come back, because that announcement was after the NBA draft.
No, he did.
He did talk to him before.
Yeah. Supposedly they said it before everything. Said, hey, don't bother, do what you got to do. We're not coming back. Okay.
Because I didn't hear any of that. I saw the draft, and then a couple of days later, I see his response of, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
So my thing was like, that should have been done before the NBA.
The announcement just came out when free agency started.
Okay. All right. So I'll take that back then. So, and that is all I got for Gotta Be Better. So, do you have anything for Makes You Wonder?
No, not conspiracy-ish. But
breaking news: Neymar.
Yeah.
Neymar retires from Brazil after World Cup exit to Norway.
Yeah, that needed to happen. Probably should have already. Another legend walking away, dude. Like, this is we've had 3, probably going to be 4. Once Messi says something, 4 legends walking away. So that sucks.
So Makes You Wonder. You got anything?
No, I don't have anything specifically. I mean, it makes me wonder why we have so many stupid people in this country, or in the world. But I don't have any conspiracy.
I got 2. I'm trying to think which one's going to be quicker of the 2. Maybe this will be part A of Make You Wonder, and then next one will be part B. So, the Charlie Kirk killing. Do you think it's some 19, 21-year-old white kid with a rifle sitting perched up on top of a building? Or do you think it's a Israeli country or another country that did the actual killing?
No, I don't think it was another country.
You don't think so? Because there's a lot of conspiracy.
Yeah, there's always conspiracy.
Like,
gets,
like people, like a certain country landing a plane in that same area within days. Do you think this kid could just take that shot and just do it? And I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't have like a whole lot of conspiracies about it, just because these kinds of things shouldn't be happening, but they happen to people who are very outspoken public figures, in a sense, especially highly controversially outspoken public figures. So I don't know if I have there's always conspiracy theories tied to those kinds of things when that happens to somebody. I don't know
But you don't think it's a foreign government?
No, because why would it be?
He was anti-Israeli.
Was he? I thought he was pro.
No.
No, I still don't think it was though. He was anti-Israel, but he was heavily conservative.
Yeah.
So he went against. Sure. That was. I just don't understand them, but whatever. Do whatever you want. But anyway,
I just don't think a 19-year-old kid.
I'm sure it probably wasn't who we think it is, but.
And then, being able to take apart the rifle up on the roof, go, and then somehow the rifle is all packed or back together in the field where they find it. I mean, why would you do that? Why would you take it apart and then find it reassembled again in the field?
I don't know. I think there's a lot of question marks about that situation. I don't think it's we had somebody fly in because that's kind of not a terrorist attack, but that is.
Yeah, but I mean, do you see all the what's his Candace
Owens?
Candace Owens. I mean, because she was a big Charlie Kirk, fan.
Yeah.
So they were, but now she's outspoken and she is saying 100% that.
No.
Huh?
She's always outspoken.
Yeah, but I mean, she is. But I mean, her and Charlie Kirk were tight. They were, not partners, but I mean, they were a team. And so, I mean, she's definitely 100% saying, and then, you even, watching the videos, even the guys that are behind him or around him, everyone says that they're signaling something or someone by the ear scratch or by, the tugging of their collar or something like that. So, I mean, is it some 19-year-old kid or is it something bigger?
Maybe it is something bigger, but I just don't think it's a foreign country flew in, decided to do that. Why wage war? Because that could very easily have been the case. Especially why would an ally wage war?
Yeah, but for that foreign country and the president that we have, nothing's going to happen, right?
True.
So if they wanted a free pass, so to speak, they could do that undercover.
I don't know. I think that's deep. I don't think all that stuff.
That's why it makes you wonder. So that'll be part A. Part B, we'll dig a little more into it for part B.
There you go.
All right, that's all we got. This one was a long one, but we had to run 3 weeks in between the last one. So next time we'll be on in a couple weeks. Wimbledon will be over. When is World Cup over?
I think it's July 19th. So we still have 2 weeks.
So that would be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. All-Star break will be over, I think, then too. For baseball?
Yeah, it'll be over by that point.
Yeah, because I think it's next week, right?
Yeah.
13th through the 16th is their break.
Yeah.
So they'll just be coming back that weekend. So, and then what other news other than that? That's about it, really.
Yeah.
So now you get kind of just baseball and some golf and little tennis here and there and little soccer. So,
yeah.
So, all right, gang, that's all we got. And then you got anything else?
No.
All right. Keep catching us up on wherever you do your podcast and catch us on YouTube and hit like and subscribe. Peace out.